right now, Brother Mark Deason from Estelle Community Church joins us. And Brother Mark, always a pleasure to see you, sir.
Brother Jimmy, it's good to be here today. Thank you so much for having me on Daybreak.
Big event coming up at the church this weekend with the Dixie Echoes.
It's going to be explosive. Looking forward to Randy Shellnut and the guys that they're a very unique gospel group. They've been around a long, long time, and we're really looking forward to having their unique type of singing that you don't hear much anymore in our church, and it's going to be awesome.
You know, Randy's dad, Dale,
yeah,
he started that group from Pensacola back 100 years ago or so.
Yeah, and we're really excited to have them. Everybody in this area knows them because of their connection to our area with Billy Todd.
That's right.
And so everybody's really excited about it.
They do that deal where they just gather around the microphone.
Old barbershop quartet, yeah, and it's gonna be pretty awesome to see those guys. And if you've never seen or heard live barbershop quartet music, you're gonna have an awesome time. Come, it's gonna be wonderful.
What, 10 o'clock or so?
Yeah, it's gonna begin at 10 o'clock a.m. The preaching and our worship band will go on at 10 o'clock, and then at 11 o'clock the Dixie Echoes with Randy Shellnut and the guys will be singing, and at 12 o'clock, man, the dinner's going to be spread out everywhere. Wow. Yes, sir.
Thanksgiving next Thursday, and boy, do we have a lot to be thankful for.
This is our Thanksgiving service, and it's going to be pretty awesome. We want everybody to come out and enjoy and have a great meal with us, have a great service with us, and enjoy the Word of God.
We were talking before we came on this morning and talking about the importance of the church getting outside the four walls of the church, which we hear some about, or sometimes quite a bit about. We don't see it a whole lot, though.
Yeah. Tonight, this very afternoon at 5 p.m., we'll be about 7 guys. We'll all be we'll be leaving out for Birmingham to walk the streets, preach Jesus, giving out hot meals.
Now, not just anybody's going to do that.
Yes, sir. And it's such a reward to see someone in such desperate condition. Not just get the food, or a new jacket, or some new underwear and socks that we give, but to see them get hope. And Brother Jimmy, that's what we carry. We carry the message of hope, the message of Jesus, that the word that they may not hear anywhere else. We take out the word of Jesus to them, and we literally sit and talk with them as we're given opportunity, and it's an amazing ministry, and I'm so thankful that God has put that in our heart.
Mm-hmm. Why do you seemingly always so excited about the church work and what the Lord wants to do in our life?
Well, as you and I were talking before the broadcast began, I've done and have been a part of so many funerals this year. It's almost 2 every month that my name appears and we're burying somebody. But just as sure as that's taking place, Brother Jimmy, on the other side, there's a great move of God taking place that's it's overwhelming. The Lord said in His Word in Joel chapter 2 and also in Acts chapter 2, and you don't hear much spoken about, but He said in the last day, I'm gonna pour out my Spirit, the same Spirit that raised up Jesus from the dead. Now that just to think for a moment, if the same Spirit that raised Jesus from the dead would dwell on us, what would happen in our life? And that's why I'm so excited. I'm seeing young folks saved, old folks saved. I'm just seeing the church grow and people come to a fresh recognition that God is doing something great in the earth.
And, the nurturing and teaching of that new convert is one thing to lead them to the Lord. It's another thing to grow them in the Lord.
There's something funny that's been said by preachers just like you and me, men of God. And it just drives me nuts. They say, we catch them and God cleans them. That is so far from the truth. Because the Lord said, you are clean through the word that I've spoken unto you, and that's discipleship. And that's what you're talking about. After we do our very best to get them to the presence of the Lord and they become born again, then we have to take the minute time to sit with them and talk with them. And I personally make my personal telephone, email. I'm there if someone needs. Well, I was just sharing with you, there's a young man that not long ago was released from prison and came and felt like nobody loved him, and God just placed him in our midst. And every day I try and talk to that guy, every single day, just want him to hear my voice and him hear mine, to know that he's not alone. And it's so important to disciple and to care for folks.
Probably you've been asked this 1,000 times or more. Estelle Community Church, down in the middle of, you're in Coosa, that's impossible for this to be happening.
Yeah. Well, it's the location may not be premier. It may not be where people drive by, and we may not have the.
It's not near the local Walmart, is it?
No, we may not have the luxury of people driving by saying, that's a pretty church, we're going to visit there, because nobody can see it. And we realize that people come to our church by intention and by divine leadership. God leads them to us. And I know we're way down there in Coosa County, but every Sunday, and it would surprise you, every Sunday hundreds of people gather to worship and to give honor. And we see new faces and new families, but it's not without great effort and great diligence. Let me say this, what has really been an asset to us is sitting here with you and the broadcast that we have here.
We've been going a long time, haven't we?
We've been with you guys for over a decade, and but that has been such a great asset, and by getting the gospel out here, but also we also have a live streaming worldwide network, and we have people that just go on there and look for local ministry on the internet and they find us. And we have a Hispanic family that came to our church 6 or 7 months ago, and they couldn't find a church that they found us on our worldwide net. It's called the Pure Gospel Network, as it is here.
Yep.
The Pure Gospel Network, and it's been such an asset as God's led us. This is so ironic. In a new family was in church the other day, and he said, "I can't believe that the gospel is going to all the world from down here on the end of County Line Road, that we're spreading the gospel all over the world." And it's so important that great commission not fall through the cracks of religiosity in church, that that church folks, church people, church tenders might not forget that God says we've got to go out and spread the gospel. So that might not fall between the cracks of Sunday morning service and Mama Ree's at lunch, and if we decide to attend on Sunday night, but that we stay diligent to spread the gospel. Just walk across the street and tell your neighbor that Jesus loves them. Just stop somebody in the parking lot at Walmart and tell them that God is so good and you would like for them to come worship. We just take the time to be the man or woman of God that means for us to be. And that's what it's all about, Brother Jim.
Brother Mark Deason, the senior pastor at Estelle Community Church. Dixie Echo is going to be in the area on Sunday.
I cannot wait, brother. We're really excited, and they haven't been with us in a couple of years, and it's just going to be phenomenal what God's going to do. We're expecting, and it's our Thanksgiving service, and we're going to really, really give specific thanks for God and what He's done in our lives. And it's going to be awesome.
Singing, preaching, and food, and starts at all 10 o'clock on a Sunday morning down at Estelle Community Church. You guys got a Facebook and email and all that kind of stuff?
Don't have Facebook, but we have www.estellecommunitychurch.org. You can find all the information on our website. My personal email is kdeason1@charter.net. And my personal telephone number is 256-872-4619. And once again, you might think that's a little bit personal. Until we get personal, we can't reach folks. So you call, write, come by, stop. Just make sure you're there Sunday morning by 10, because you need to get there early. I'm just expecting that God's going to fill the house, and we're going to see many saved, and Randy Shell's going to light the house up with some good old-fashioned barbershop quartet singing. It's going to be unbelievable.
Finally this morning, with all, our world is so tense right now. It's almost like a ticking bomb, and I say that not lightly because we had the bombing in Paris a few days ago, but everybody's on edge, and it seems like it's a time, and I heard a minister say it the other day, everybody needs the Lord.
Brother Jimmy, the scripture speaks of it. In Matthew chapter 24, Jesus just expounds that all these things are going to take place. And he even speaks, giving particular detail to things that we're seeing right now in the earth. And he said, but don't fret. this is just the beginning of a sorrowful time. It's the beginning of even more greater woes. Our great calling is to just get close to God as we can. And he said that his great promise is that he'd never leave us. He'd never forsake us. And that he'd always be with us. And that he'd always take care of us.
All right. Brother Mark Deason from Estelle Community Church, our guest, and Dixie Echoes at the church down in Coosa County. And hey, it's easy to get to from almost everywhere, isn't it?
Yes, sir. If you really know anything about Sylacauga, Pinecrest School, that's the Colon Road. Get on the Colon Road going south. Go 6 miles, you'll see our sign. Can't miss it. And if you can't find directions, you call that number, you call me, write me, email me. I'll make sure I'll even come get you.
You mean you answer your phone?
I answer my phone,
Wow.
and I know how to drive a bus. I will come get you and get you to church on Sunday.
Singing, preaching, and great food Thanksgiving weekend at Estelle Community Church. We'll be back with more Daybreak right after this.